She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as she stays with me. She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as I stay queen. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Hey, Mean Matter. Now I'm just gonna see what I can do, but last time for the 7 Royal Rumble winners, well, what if series or situation, I'm going to go, and since it's WrestleMania season, 7 matches that should have happened at WrestleMania instead of what happened, right? So I don't know if that made sense. And now I saw a video a while ago, and he did the same thing. So I'm really trying not to steal, but seeing his video, I kind of think that was a good idea. And so here's my list. And I am going to start off with this one because I do believe, and I'm still going to say this should have happened. And yeah, WrestleMania 8. I'm gonna go with Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. I mean, okay, so you have Sid Justice and Hulk Hogan that ended the night, whatever. Ric Flair and Macho Man Randy Savage. Honestly, that was a good match. You know, but I think the money match would have been Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan for the WWF title. You have Ric Flair coming in 1991 as your real world's champion. He had the gold belt. I would have had him take on Hogan. As much as I don't like Hogan, I will say that this match would have been better than Hogan and Sid. But we got what we got, obviously. It was something that was a missed opportunity at WWF. You had it in WCW, you had it in TNA. Honestly, yes, it happened later on in WWE. But just think, you have two guys that only had matches on house shows that they could have at least had a match at WrestleMania 18 for the title. And that would have been cool. Next, let's see, go WrestleMania 9. Now, I said at my What If Royal Rumble video, what if Macho Man Randy Savage won the 1993 Royal Rumble instead of Yokozuna? Now, that being said, it would have been pretty cool to have Macho Man Randy Savage versus Bret Hart for the WWF title at WrestleMania 9 in Caesar's Palace. And nothing to take away from Yokozuna. You know, here was a guy that just came in late 1992 and basically just got the title right away. And I honestly think if you would have waited a little bit, hell, you know, Macho Man could have won. And then dropped the title to Yokozuna. That would have been cool. But, and no, Hogan shouldn't have got the title. I still stand by that, and I will still stand by that to this day. You had a match with Brutus the Barber Beefcake against Money Inc., and you lost. This match obviously should have happened. Up number 3, Undertaker versus Mankind. And I'm trying to figure out where to fit that. Because, I mean, you could have put that anywhere. And Undertaker had some really good WrestleMania matches between 97 and 9, from, when Mick Foley came into the company. Obviously 96 wouldn't have worked. But when you think about it, if you were going to have Mankind versus The Undertaker, I probably would put that at WrestleMania 15. Now, the Hell in a Cell match with Boss Man was good. Now, it's hard to pick where that would be good, what kind of WrestleMania it would fit in. But yeah, Mankind versus Undertaker would have been a good WrestleMania match. They wrestled everywhere else. I mean, yeah, I don't believe they ever had a Big Four match, but that would have been cool. Two wrestlers that had matches in at least 2 of the Big Four, or whatever. John Cena versus Randy Orton. Now, John Cena versus Randy Orton, that would be awesome. I mean, you had John Cena versus The Rock, WrestleMania 28, once in a lifetime. And for some reason, John Cena got all boo-boo faced and whatever. That turns out that wasn't really the case. Had a rematch for the WWE title and had won. So, yeah, I think that would have been cool. WrestleMania 29, have Randy Orton versus John Cena. You can make any match you want, any stipulation you want, and that would have been money. And it's unfortunate that you didn't do that. Number 4, one-on-one. Let's go for the women's side. You got Trish Stratus versus Lita. Now, Trish Stratus and Lita had a great rivalry, and it's unfortunate. Like, you had Trish, Lita, and Jazz at WrestleMania 18, and it's kind of like Jazz is a good wrestler. If you were gonna put Lita and Trish in a match at WrestleMania, 18 would have been good, or how about maybe 23? Can't remember the match, or any women's match offhand right now. I think that would have been interesting. So, we're at number 5, and WrestleMania 2000 was what it was. You had the Fatal 4-Way, and if it were me, I mean, look, I said Big Show should have won the Royal Rumble. He didn't. It was The Rock. So, I would have The Rock versus Triple H. Now, that happened at Backlash in the Iron Man match. But if you were really going to draw the audience and make a big deal out of these two, put them in the main event. Put them in the main event at WrestleMania 2000. That would have been cool. Number 6, that's difficult because there's the last 2. WrestleMania 18, speaking of which, you have... Okay, so Kevin Nash accompanied Scott Hall in his match with Steve Austin. You have the Big Show, Paul White, who was at WWE New York while everybody else was in Toronto. So I'm thinking, okay, you couldn't have anything to do with the Big Show. So obviously, yeah, I'm gonna say it. Big Show versus Kevin Nash. These two had good matches against each other, with each other, or teaming with each other rather, at the NWO and WCW. That match would have been interesting, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, both good wrestlers. I just kind of wonder how well that would work. This match, I'll just throw out there, I'm not sure how well that would work. Because Kurt Angle was obviously in TNA at this point. Now, let's say he didn't jump to TNA. So, WrestleMania 26, he had Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon. Honestly, if Kurt Angle was still in WWE, WrestleMania 27, if Bret Hart stayed, Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that's probably not going to be doable and whatever, but that would have been interesting. But it'll work, who knows? Because I do know that, yeah, Bret had the stroke in 2002, so he wasn't in really good ring shape. But at the same time, who knows? Now, we'll throw a bonus match in here because I just remembered. So, WrestleMania 31, obviously, you know what I'm going to go with. Actually, no, let's go WrestleMania 32. Because the match with Undertaker and Bray Wyatt was awesome. Here's the thing. When you look at the match at WrestleMania 32, Shane McMahon versus Undertaker was alright. But when you look at 31, Sting's debut in WWE, his first and only WrestleMania match, well, we didn't know it at the time. At the poster, you had Undertaker and Sting. Now, obviously, you should have had the match. You didn't have the match. WrestleMania 32, it would have been cool. Let's say Sting didn't get injured at Backlash, or no, whatever it was, I can't remember. But Seth Rollins. Sting versus Undertaker. WrestleMania 32. Like, I'm not sure how long Steve would have stayed in the company, but that would have been a cool match. Obviously, that would have been a cool match. You know? I mean, hell, I'll give you one more. Undertaker versus Goldberg. I mean, we had the shit show at Crown Jewel, but if they did have a match at WrestleMania, at some point, if Goldberg, again, stayed in WWE from 2004 to 2005 or whatever it was, yeah, that would have been interesting. But these are matches that I kind of think would be awesome. I don't know, I can't remember it right offhand right now in the beginning if I said main event, but at the same time, those are matches that I thought would be interesting. And obviously will never happen. But anyways. There it is. Talk to you later. Bye.
I don't know. So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. I don't think that's the case at all. If you look at some of this earlier interviews that